well, we haven't spoken much of the team. That's definitely a problem. Well, you can see most of them are Thai graduates, and we have established already contacts, and other in-house capabilities are built within the team, so we have people who are able to create this website.
We have to do that this. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you ready?
Not quite yet. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Hi everyone. Chris, that's your water bottle over there, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Can we just borrow it for a second? Nicholas?
No.
Thanks, Chris. It's okay.
Thank you.
Don't worry, Chris. We've got a spare for you. But do you mind that this bottle is not the same one as that you came in with today?
No.
Good. Good. Because that is exactly the problem that we want to address. We are narrow, and we want you to love your bottle. We want you to feel upset if you lose your bottle, and we want you to feel angry if somebody breaks your bottle. But why do we want to inspire love? Well, we believe that if you love your bottle, then you will carry it around with you more. You will take it to school, and you will take it to college, and you will take it to work. And by carrying around more, you will hydrate yourself more by drinking more, and also, hopefully, you'll also save the environment by not buying any of these pesky disposable water bottles. But then, how do you inspire love? We aim to take the humble water bottle and shift it from a functional item to an emotional artifact. And this is our blue ocean strategy. Like the iPhone cover was back in the day, which used to just be purely to protect your iPhone, it has now evolved into a symbol of something that allows you to express yourself that people like. So how do we do this? Well, we are going to use the power of fashion.
Fashion is a unique industry in which there's not just emotional connection with the product, but also with the creator of that product. So what we intend to do is to collaborate with fashion designers and other creatives to make the water bottle into an emotional product. I've had 8 years of involvement within the fashion industry, and from this built up an extensive network which we've been able to exploit. So now we're just going to show you a short video to illustrate some of the collaborators we have on board. fashion-forward shops in the world and are worn by celebrities such as Beyonce and Lady Gaga. So what we want to do is use these kind of names to establish ourselves within this high-end fashion market. And we've gone further to secure this by talking to buyers of Dover Street Market, also fashion editors such as the fashion editor of GQ Style and also Dazed and Confused, all who have been excited about the collaborative potential of the project.
So over the past 5 weeks, we've been processing extensively to find what is the best shape and dimensions for our bottle. We've used a variety of materials, and today we are very proud to present to you our 3D printed Narrow bottle. So Narrow will be available in 2 sizes, the 555 and the 777, based on our research. There'll also be there will be 3 versions of the Narrow bottle: the Infinity, the 1, and the 0. The Infinity is really an image builder. Here we have Tessa Edwards' design. You think those are crystals there? That is actually a silicon mold aimed to make the grip a lot easier for you to use. The 1 bottle is a toned-down version of the same concept. So here it's a print design of the bottle, which is easier for you to use on a daily basis. And then we have the 0 bottle, which is an uncollaborated bottle that is naked. The 1 bottle and the Infinity bottle will be released 1 year after today, after all our product development, and the 0 bottle will be released 2 years after that. This is because we want to build up our brand image before we launch the 0 bottle. So, Narrow is not just cool. Narrow has great potential. In London alone, we estimate that there is 2.7 million potential people at any time in our market. Through our investigations, this market is further segmented into a sort of hierarchy. At the very top of the hierarchy, we have opinion leaders like Becky. She is an assistant editor of Purple magazine. We will give her a complimentary Infinity bottle. She will love it, and she will Instagram it, and then it will be distributed to her followers. Then Chen, who is a follower of Becky, will see it on Instagram, and the next time she's in an opening ceremony, she'll make that connection and go, oh, Becky Instagrammed it, this must be cool, I will buy it. And together, these 2 people will help build our brand image. And with our brand image built, people like Flora, who is a tax accountant at KPMG, who doesn't know anything about Channel Becky, but when she's in an opening ceremony next time, she will have heard of the Narrow bottle, and she will want it because she wants to buy into the brand. So, how do we estimate our sales? In a product business like ours, it's very difficult to predict how many we're actually going to sell. So instead of making up some sales figures for you, we've actually decided to turn the question on its head. If we want to break even in 2.5 years, how many bottles do we actually need to sell? So from this calculation, based on our price and our cost, we've calculated that it will take 300 bottles per year per retailer to break even at 2.5 years. So this may sound like quite a big number to you, and it sounds like a big number to us at first as well. But we went to the shops and we asked the shop assistants, how many do you actually sell of these comparable items here? And what we found out was, at their price point, our estimate is not unreasonable. So we believe it is a feasible project. So as you can tell from our prototype, we are still very much in our proof of concept stage, and we are not here to ask you for money. However, what we are here to do is to establish a relationship with yourselves such that in November 2014, we can reapproach you and say, we are ready now for investment. Between now and then, we aim to progress with our product development. We want a fully functioning, functional prototype, which is ready for upscaling and manufacturing. We will deliver to you a marketing plan as to how we aim to build all this hype prior to launch. We will also be looking to hire an industrial designer as well as a PR specialist, because these are things core to what Narrow does. And collaborators, we will also contract and sign agreements with 3 collaborators to begin design and to take this forward. In terms of sales, we've already mentioned that the 1 in Infinity will start a year after now. And in terms of financing, we believe we have funds which will sustain us for this quarter. However, after 2015, we will need to rely on investor funding to maintain a positive cash flow. And then after that, we will have a combination of revenues and possible further investors. So we are Narrow, and we want you to love your bottle. We believe that if Chris had a narrow bottle, he would be much more upset when we smashed his bottle earlier today. So thank you very much. We'd like to open the floor.
Certainly know how to make an impact in the presentation. And that helps, huh, by the way.
Yeah.
That's good,
And I know we missed a lot out, but we do have further supporting slides to make sure that we cover everything.
Okay, so I'll take your word for it.
Yes.
I have two questions really. One is the nitty-gritty of execution. How much have you thought about it until now? This is a product business. Execution is key. How much this bottle will be sold for? How much it will cost to produce it? Where will you produce it? Will you own the whole value chain? Will it be your own production facility? Will it be funded?
What do you want to first?
Which one do you want to tackle first? Cost. Okay. So in terms of cost, we've actually reached out to a number of manufacturers. We've seen that there are 4 different manufacturing parties that would move into us. People who supply the plastic bottle, people who supply the aluminium cap and foot, people who supply us with the filter, and as well as people who will end up doing the general assembly. We've reached out to these people who have given us a rough estimate because we don't have a fully functioning process, we don't know exactly what we want, but they've given us estimates. And what we've come down to is that we will manufacturing alone will need a fixed cost of £49,000 over the next 5 years, and also a variable cost of £7.80 per bottle produced.
And how much will it retail at?
So the Infinity bottle will retail at £100 plus because £100 plus because they have the option to encrust diamonds on it. So we can't limit them to a what they do. The 1 bottle will be sold at 70 and the 0 bottle will be sold at 30. By the look of your shop face, I think this is because these designers create dresses worth up to £3,000–4,000. So by adding their design on, we can't we are not a justified price, we believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, right. More to talk about that. But a question on the concept itself now, so away from the actual execution. I like the angle of the opinion leaders, but you specifically said this person will love it, this person will blog about it. But what is the commitment now? What is the feedback to this now? Are these people willing to attach their names to this already, or is just a future assumption that you will have opinion leaders on your side?
So far we have kind of the editor of GQ Star and Data Confused, but I am continuing to talk to people within the industry. Yeah, that's something that I'm trying to do, and so far the feedback has been good.
You have actual feedback.
Yes.
I think one of the benefits what we have is that you are part of this network.
Yeah, I mean the thing, I'm talking to the editor of GQ Style, she, as soon as I mentioned the idea, she was like, oh, and Ryan Lowe can do one with fluffy ears, and she just kept coming up with all these ideas and seemed really enthusiastic. So I think, obviously we need to get more feedback, but so far it's been good.
So it sounds like you actually you're a design company too then, it seems to me. So because if another design company wants to enter this market without working with you, the notion of a designer, the idea you're introducing is the notion of a designer waterfall. What does that mean? Does that mean you need to do a little bit more than being a designer waterfall? Is that enough? Because is it going to be the best possible waterfall? Forgetting about the design components bit, how do you protect your position as being the designer waterfall?
Well, it's also kind of the authenticity that we stand for creativity and providing a platform and looking for new talent. So as well as having kind of more established names, also really trying to get people at the start who we believe are going to be big. Is that really answers the question?
In terms of imitation, yeah.
I wasn't so much talking about imitation, I was just thinking about designers want to demonstrate, want to be very different. Do I want my designer waterfall to be built on your platform? Why I can't build it on your platform as a designer?
Yeah, I mean, we found, I think, a brand like Chanel is probably just going to make their own water bottle. But the smaller brands, they've got so much else that they're trying to deal with that they are not going to be interested in doing their own one. So this is a nice way that they can, they don't have to deal with the manufacturing so much, and they get some money from us. And so far, when we talk to people, they're quite happy with that, and I don't think they're going to be going out and making their own.
Sure. I'm just trying to figure out, I don't know anything about design, as you can probably see, but I'm just trying to figure out whether being the same as everybody else for a design company is going to be desirable. Building my wall on your platform so it actually is the same, but different. It's actually a fly or not. I don't understand that. That's all. I don't think we can't do it through that, right?
I mean, so far, the designers we talked to seem to like the idea, but I mean, it is a question that's valid, and we will look at it.
The things you can do that might protect that position is there's something else you can do with the brand in terms of environmental responsibility or something like that that makes it a bit of a bigger.
I mean, that's really what we're trying to do with the platform, so having social networking, so you can kind of see our search for new talent, and that's kind of the way we want to really engage people with the brand beyond just selling water bottles.
I think also in this kind of industry, designers really care about, as Sarah said, authenticity, and they will be looking for a designer, a bottle designer that will have this philosophy. For now, we are in a first mover advantage. We're kind of the only one who really promote this philosophy, so I think it gives us an advantage. Thank you very much.
And then we'll have a break. So